Welcome to Between the Bags and Boards. I'm Kurt.
And I'm Matt. And today we're going to be talking about All New X-Men #1. All New X-Men is a new title in the Marvel Now relaunch. It is written by Brian Michael Bendis with art by Stuart Immonen. Issue 1 deals more with the aftermath of AVX. Scott Summers has escaped from prison and is leading Magneto, Emma Frost, and Magic as a group of rogue mutants. The mutant establishment is led by Wolverine and is headquartered at the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. After Hope used the Phoenix Force to revive the mutant species, new X genes are activating around the world. Brand new mutants are manifesting their powers uncontrollably. The human population sees the mutant rebirth as a threat and prepares to handle the problem. Unknowing mutants begin to find themselves captives by their own government. Cyclops has decided that it is his team's responsibility to be revolutionaries. They will ignore the law to protect the mutants of the world. However, at the Jean Grey School, Kitty, Iceman, Storm, and Beast are infuriated by Scott's actions. They fear that he will only increase the world's hatred of mutants. Scott, who was once their closest friend and leader, seems to have lost his way. Now that Xavier is gone, there seems no one left who can get through to Scott. Bobby muses that Scott should have a chat with his younger self. Hank decides that this is actually a legitimate plan and travels back in time to retrieve the original 5 X-Men. How will Cyclops, Beast, Iceman, Angel, and Jean Grey handle this new world?
I think it's definitely going to be a challenge to, acclimate themselves to this new world. There has been a lot of changes with the makeup of the X-Men in general and just the world in general. Obviously, it's going to be technological advancements that are going to be weird. I mean, that's what I always think of when time travel occurs. But I think you're right about the biggest thing is going to be just team mechanics.
I think the new X-Men are going to have to kind of stick together, and they're going to be their own team, and then we'll have Wolverine's team, and then we'll have Scott's team. So it'll be 3 different teams, and they'll, I think, have 3 different agendas as well. I almost see this new original X-Men 5 almost feeling like a Generation Hope type role, where they're going to go out and find new mutants in the world and help them come to terms with their powers.
I hadn't thought about that, but that's a very good idea because there's no more Generation Hope series, there's no more New Mutants series, so I guess this sort of fills that void.
Yeah.
With maybe more popular characters.
Well, at the same time, I think they're also going to be involved in all these other storylines too. I mean, Jean Grey coming back is obviously a big deal.
Yeah. But bringing to the idea of the fact that they're bringing back this team, I think I sort of have a problem with that because to me, the whole issue was great. I love the whole X-Men issue until they just sort of had this weird time travel thing. I knew this was coming, but it still doesn't make it feel like it was any good.
It depends to the extent of the time travel. I think right now Hank's plan is like, I'm just going to get Cyclops, bring him back for a brief conversation with our Cyclops, mind wipe him or something, and then send him back. But I think the idea of the original X-Men coming to the future, which is our present, is kind of like a play on the popular arc Days of Future Past.
But what's it going to do to the time stream, right? If you just take these people, or is it?
You could take them out, but then as long as we want them in our universe, and they could just mind wipe them and send them back. I think
at the exact same time. I mean, they're just older.
With time travel, you can fix anything. I feel like.
I guess that's true. But what do you think about the new mechanic that they're going to have to put up with, which is that instead of Xavier and Magneto, now you have Wolverine and Cyclops filling the roles?
Well, I think there's an important distinction you have to make is, Xavier wanted peace between humans and mutants, which is also what Wolverine sort of wants.
Mm-hmm.
But then Magneto, he wanted mutants ruling over humans. Scott isn't in that exact same situation, like in the AVX Consequences issues. He basically says, I'm going to play the role of a villain. I don't have to play the role of the better man because Wolverine's filling that role. But now I got to play the role as the guy who's going to do what it takes to protect mutants. And
I mean, the intentions might be different, but
the intentions are definitely different.
The intentions are definitely different, but the actual actions are portrayed and pretty much the same. So does that really change much about what the new X-Men are going to actually see when they see this interaction? They're just going to see it as Xavier versus Magneto again.
True. But I mean, in my opinion, when you look at Scott's team, what they're doing is they're trying to protect mutants around the world, and they're going to take the law into their own hands. How is that any different from Wolverine's X-Force teams?
They do it in secret. That's that.
Oh, so the secret is the distinction?
That's the distinction. It's a secret group that they...
Oh, so there's no blowback on mutants.
Exactly.
Okay.
Scott's just going out in the open and just doing these audacious things where everyone is very well aware of what's going on.
Well, in my opinion so far, Scott has been right about everything. He brought back mutants. So I'm willing to, go with him.
It's true. Scott's character has changed a lot, and I kind of do like it.
As a grade for this issue, what would you give it?
Like I said, I love the issue up until the time travel. Hopefully, I get over how weird it is right now, so I'm going to give it a 3.5.
All right. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. I really like the issue. I'm really excited to see where it's going. And Stuart Immonen's art is like one of my favorite things about it. He was really the only thing I liked about Fear itself. So 4.5.
And that seals up this issue of Between the Bags and Boards. But before that, we want to pose a question to you. Will these new mutants that Scott's saving end up in Wolverine's school, or will they end up somewhere else?
Leave your answer to the question below in the comments. You can also reach us at email, Twitter, or Tumblr. Thanks for watching.